All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We are gonna get started. My name is Matt Miller. I am Director of Student Involvement at the Center for Student Engagement at Bridgewater State University. So really excited to have you with us here today. Oops, getting ahead of myself. I'm joined by my colleague, Tori. I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Tori Field. I'm the coordinator for student organizations and fraternity and sorority life in the Center for Student Engagement.
Awesome. So we are going to be chatting with you about getting involved on campus, but just as a way to get to know a little bit about the folks who are here with us today, we are asking for for folks to fill out a quick survey. So you can see you can either scan that QR code to join if you have a device to do that, or on a computer or other device, you can use that website there, slido.com. With that code, we're just interested in knowing, what are you considering for a major? We have some of the answers from our earlier folks in there too. And so take a moment, and if you're able to throw that in there, that'd be great. Please know as well, throughout the presentation, if you ever have any questions, you're welcome to put those into the chat. Tori's going to be monitoring that, and we'll either answer you there or we can chat about it as part of the presentation. But we're happy to hear any of the things that you're wondering about when it comes to getting involved at BSU. Awesome. Great. So seeing some awesome answers there: math, criminal justice, minor in political science, secondary ed, business and marketing, graphic design. Very awesome to see. Great majors. And they have some really good organizations that also connect with them too. Psychology with a dance and music minor. Awesome. Very cool. Communicative sciences and disorders, education. Great. Personally, I was an economics major, and then involvement was a big part of leading me to where I am today. I guess you don't come into college thinking you're going to do this as a job, generally speaking. How about you, Tori? What was your major?
Yeah, I studied communication and public relations, and somehow my involvement led me to this too.
Awesome. So we will jump in, but thanks so much for sharing a little bit about yourselves and where you're thinking you might be headed academically. So as we mentioned, we are from the Center for Student Engagement. As a department, we really are part of your journey from the moment you start at BSU all the way through commencement in some way. We're there. We do work with the orientation program, but also all of our student organizations, our student events on campus, and really a lot of other fun things. But we also work with that building that's pictured there, which is the Rondelau Student Union. That building has a lot of different ways to get involved in a lot of different offices that will be important for your journey at Bridgewater. So including things like the internship office and career services, as well as some of our student organizations themselves. Our radio station, our newspaper are all in that building too. Our student government has an office there as well. So really a place for your experience. And also we have our the Lewis and Gaines Center for Inclusion and Equity, as well as the GLBTA Pride Center within the building. So if you get a chance to stop by campus, if you're able to sign up for one of the tours that are happening, that is the building. Just keep an eye out for the Rondelau Student Union as well. And when you do get a chance to come visit us, once the world gets back to a normal place, or when you are joining us at BSU, this building is definitely one to stop by. Some good lounges and everything as well to hang out with. If you do happen to go through it right now, just excuse our mess. It is under some construction and some renovations, so it isn't normally like that. But by spring, everything should be put back together again. We also provide resources for the families of students. So We do think that it's important that your family is a part of your, we know for many students, the family is part of your support structure throughout your college career. So we want to make sure that your families are feeling supported as well. And there's different resources and events and opportunities for, that we provide to engage them as well. So, so keep an eye out for that. All right. So one of the things I think is really important about involvement, especially in the college setting, it's really up to you. It's your journey, it's your choices that you want to take. So one of those places to find that information out and to learn about those different opportunities is the Involvement Network. So you can actually go onto this website now. I mean, not right now, maybe after we're done or after you're done later today. But this is a place where you can find all of our different student organizations and also an updated list of all of the events that are happening at Bridgewater. So you can actually search for groups by their specific name, categories, just browse through different opportunities. Events, you can always find the location, or if it's an online event, we post the links there to join in on those as well. And then this is how we also manage joining those groups too. So I encourage you to take some time when it works for you later on and browse through, see what you can find. And we're happy to answer questions. Earlier we had our email address on there. But you can email us at cse@bridgew.edu or bsuinvolved@bridgew.edu. And those are ways that you can ask any questions that you might have about the things that we do offer. All right. So with that, we want to know, what are you thinking about? Do you have any groups that you're interested in joining, any types? And you don't have to be specific. Again, you can see some of the answers from our earlier conversation. So feel free to put in there, what are you thinking about? Types of organizations, if you want to drop a question in there of, do you have a blank, do you have a cheese club? We used to. I use them as an example. So we're always looking for folks to restart the cheese club, because most people like cheese. I don't want to, if you're not into cheese, okay. We can start a cookie club too. So what are you thinking about? What are you interested in joining? Corey, where did you get involved first at Bridgewater?
I think my very first involvement was the volleyball team. So I started over in athletics before I even jumped into any clubs, and then the list just became way too long to list. But
yeah, cool. Awesome. At my school that I went to, I joined the TV station first. That was my first thing I actually got involved with. Right. So awesome. We community service. We have a variety of different ways to get involved with community service. So some of our student organizations are really strong in different aspects of community service. Also, our fraternity and sorority life is very deeply involved in serving our communities. But then also our community service center offers a lot of great trips and projects and different, one-day type things that you can do for service opportunities. So lots of great opportunities there. K-pop, we did just have one. I think they're about to go inactive as an organization, but I think there's still interest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get one starting back up, but for whoever's asking that, we'd be happy to help you to get that going again if it's not rolling. Did you have something?
I was just going to say, I definitely know that people a part of our Korean student organization is definitely interested in having a sub dance category. So that may still be an involvement in their club as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And the radio station, our radio station is WVIM, and you can actually listen to them. They are still operating. You can listen to them online as well. So, but that is definitely a great way to get connected as well. Awesome.
There's a few things in the chat too, Matt. I don't know if you saw. So someone said, are there travel clubs? we don't necessarily have any travel clubs. I think more often than not, our students are definitely interested in study abroad, and or like we have international culture club, so that they discuss and highlight the different cultures of different locations, but not necessarily for just traveling. I don't know. Do you have anything to add with that, Matt?
Yeah, I think there's often opportunities on campus, but not necessarily a club that's doing that at the moment. But I think that's an interesting idea to explore as well. So great, great idea there.
And
Um,
then we have another one asking student leadership clubs. I know this is something Bridgewater is big on. And how is that experience with commuters?
Definitely. So when it comes to, I think in some ways, leadership is across the board, that it's something we really encourage leadership development through all of our student organizations. We have had some organizations who've really made a focus in the past on leadership development, but our office also provides leadership development programs and events. And in general, for commuters, I think no matter what, no matter if you're a resident or a commuter, it's your choice. It's your ability to kind of navigate joining different organizations and such. I think it'll be interesting to see. I think in some ways the accessibility to events and to student organizations might be a little different when we're back to what we could call a normal world again. But I think in some ways we're going to see more opportunities to connect with organizations virtually. But for commuters, I've known commuters who are more involved than resident students because they made that choice and that schedule and that dedication. Everyone's situation is different, so but you got to find the thing that works for you. So I think that's the important thing to do. It's important to schedule in involvement just as much as it is time for homework, time for your classes, time for work, and balancing all of those. Awesome, but great questions. There was also a LGBT club. Our Pride Center offers a lot of great services. I think we have one group that is trying to get going right now. I believe the Stonewall Alliance is their name. So we've been working to get them up and running. But in many ways, the Pride Center itself almost serves as a student community, it really almost serves as a club in some ways, but we're definitely supportive and looking for more ways to expand support and community within the LGBT community as well through student organizations. So great interest too. Awesome. Thank you all for sharing those interests. And we know it's, you have to find your own journey and your own way to pursue involvement. And these are all some really great directions to think about. So we did want to bring in the voice of some of our current students as well. So we got some quotes from them since we weren't able to get anyone to join us today. But you can see Molly and Kara here, just a little bit about some of what involvement has meant to them. We also really do think of involvement as it's more than just joining a club. Like I said, it's, finding those places, finding community, finding, it's even student employment on campus is really a way to get involved and get connected in so many ways. So, so it's all over the place at Bridgewater, the different ways to be involved. You also see there some comment around career path, and based on those questions earlier with the majors that folks listed, we do have student organizations that connect with many of those majors directly, but I would say that any student organization can really help you in a variety of different ways. So for folks who might be pursuing education, the opportunity to stand in front of a meeting of 20, 30 of your peers and facilitate a conversation gives really great experience for managing a classroom in the future. For those who might be pursuing business management or going in the business direction, being able to be the treasurer of a student organization, and some of our organizations, our student government, our program board, have budgets of $100,000+. So to be able to talk about that experience of managing a budget like that when you go on to your future career and those interviews is really, really powerful. So involvement gives you some really great ways to apply what you might be working on in the classroom to some experiences right nearby, right on campus. And that's something we really do value a lot at BSU, is finding those ways to do that. So we do have, if you look through the involvement network, there are over 150 different opportunities. The involvement network lists more than just student organizations though, so that's why you'll see its opportunities and different ways to get connected. But if you browse through some of those different categories, you can see them here on the screen right now. You will see a really diverse range of student organizations. It's really important to note those are all student driven. Students are making those organizations happen. We don't sit there and decide, well, we're going to have, you know, the Cheese Club as an organization. When there is interest and there's passion, that is when an organization exists. And so if you don't see something there that you feel we should have or that you would want to be involved with, we also are happy to help to make that a reality. To start off is easy. It's just one other person, and you can kind of get on that path to creating a student organization at Bridgewater. So we really do encourage you to take a look at that list as well. I saw just there's a question around skiing or hiking or nature exploring. Great question as well. We actually do have a ski and snowboard club that's trying to get started. If anything, they got a little bit of a pause from the current world situation, but they are actually still passionately moving forward and making that, they are ready to go as soon as we're able to support them with their events. But we also have we actually have some really great hiking trails and nature trails right on our campus, and our athletics department facilitates hikes through there frequently. You're welcome to always explore them on your own, but they do that too. And athletics and recreation also supports a variety of off-campus trips like you're describing there. So might be going hiking or skiing themselves. So great question as well. All right, so hopefully you can take a look at some of those different opportunities there, but one of those is our fraternity and sorority life. I'm going to turn that over to Tori to talk about because that is her area of expertise.
Thank you. Yeah, so at Bridgewater, fraternity and sorority life is made up of 5 sororities and 5 fraternities, one of them being a local co-educational fraternity, and we have a 6th fraternity on the way, currently growing right now. All of these organizations, our students are really passionate in describing themselves to be very, very different than what you see in the movies and in the media, as they really do truly focus on the philanthropic side, which means they help to fundraise a lot of different money for different charities and organizations, as well as do community service. Like down at bottom, it lists the 4 different values that they really base their organizations off of, which are leadership, scholarship, service, and friendship. So together they help to build a community. So whether they're all together on campus or like right now, they have some members that are there and many that are at home or another location, they still have a really strong bond to go do service on their own. A lot of them are doing great things and fundraising right now, along with also doing community service. Like a number of our groups helped to participate in a trunk or treat yesterday for local children in the community at a YMCA. Some are doing a blood drive. So it's really just giving back to the community around us. My one last note about fraternity and sorority life is you do have to have completed 12 college credits and an established GPA, typically above a 2.5 to participate. So joining a fraternity and sorority cannot happen in your first semester as a first-year student. So that's just a little information there. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
But thank you, Tori. Feel free to drop in any questions as we go. And we did pull together some clips of our student organizations. These are pulled from student developed videos that kind of show you a little bit about what these different organizations are doing. You can actually see the longer versions of these videos on the Involvement Network, and there's actually many other organizations who also had videos that they shared. So we hope that you'll take some time to look around at that later on today after the program is over. but we will share this for right now.
I relay because my sister is a survivor of stage 3 metastatic melanoma.
I'm Santiago, and I'm the president of CVSA, and our main objective is to share Cape Verdean culture with the BSU community.
Government invests in sustainable agriculture and ensures environmental justice for communities on the front lines of poverty and pollution.
Oh my gosh, and we're both the leaders of the Creative Writers Club online edition this semester.
Culture, receive information about study abroad opportunities, and make friends both in the BSU community and around the world? Are you interested?
That prepares its members to grow academically, socially, and professionally. As such, members demonstrate value.
As a club, we value and recognize the importance of inclusivity in membership and truly strive to create a feeling of community within our organization.
Best Buddies is all about promoting inclusion and advocacy within our community.
All right, so like I said, this is just a little taste of what our students are working on and some things that they have shared this year. So I do encourage you to take some time to look at that when you have a chance. Look at those a little bit more in depth. So just to share a few more quotes here from our folks about what it meant to be involved for them. Community is definitely a huge piece of involvement. So we really do rely on our students to make our community what they are looking for it to be. So if you want to be part of that and join that, that's definitely something you can do through your involvement. Involvement, though, as I said, it does mean more than just joining something and just being a part of an organization. It's also something like student employment, but it's also going to events and just taking that time to expand your experiences. So hopefully you'll find something on your journey, and hopefully that journey is at Bridgewater State. But no matter what, please do, I hope that you will always make involvement and make connection to your community a part of your journey in your college career as well. So with that, any other questions or comments or things that you might be looking for? So I know that Tori did reply to one question in the chat as well, but we're happy to answer any others. We have a few more minutes that will be here. It looks like we did get one about music or theater clubs. We do have, you saw in that video, there should see the Student Theater Association. So they do some work around theater, kind of almost, they're working to develop like professional development and student development kind of opportunities, even beyond the actual performance aspects. But our theater department offers some really great opportunities to be engaged in theater, even if you're not a theater major. So auditions can be open, are open to all students to participate in as well. And then music clubs, I'm trying to think right now of who we have for music clubs. Kind of depends on where you're headed with it. We do have some like an a cappella group, but then there are other opportunities too on campus that, again, they may not be a formal club, but like we have I think it's a faculty member leads a weekly ukulele jam. So you can actually go learn how to play the ukulele and, play there. But there's other things like that happen. We do have a pep band. There's some ensembles as well. Some of those are facilitated through our music department. So you'll see some of those on the Involvement Network as well. Any other questions at all? Well, thank you again for joining us. And like I said, we'll be here if you have any questions or anything else for the next few minutes. But enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. We look forward to possibly seeing you back at Bridgewater in the near future.